Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is the second lecture of functions in Python. Functions is a huge topic in Python, so there are total 9 lectures of functions. This is second lecture. In this lecture, we'll be focusing on strings, that is how to pass strings to a function, how the function returns a string, and to understand this concept, we'll be making a program like to sending a string to a function, and the function will let us know whether the supplied string is a palindrome string or not. Now the string is said to be palindrome if it appears to be the same while reading in both the directions, in forward as well as in backward direction. If it appears to be the same, then we call that the string is a palindrome string. Because we'll be doing everything practically, so let's move to the computer. In this lecture, we'll be learning to find out how the strings are passed to the function, whether the string is palindrome or not, and we'll be doing everything practically. Like for example, this program is finding whether the string is palindrome or not. See, I'm running it. Palindrome is the string which in forward and backward direction is same. Like manam I'm entering. It is same when you read it from the front or you read it backward. See, if I run it again, if I enter Manoj, it is not same. And not only this, we'll be learning many programs. How the string is passed, how the function returns a string. We'll be understanding through diagrams also. So watch the video up till the end. Let us start. So these are total 9 lectures of functions. If you know about these topics, you can directly jump to the desired lecture straight away. This is the second lecture that we have to learn about, right? So I just want to tell you that what are the strings that are palindrome, which you read it from the front or you read it backward. The result should be same. See, this is a palindrome string, manam, M-A-N-A-M. Or you read it backward, it is still the same, M-A-N-A-M, manam, right? But before that, we'll learn few more programs. Through this program, we'll understand how a string is passed to a function. See, this is, I'm invoking the function display. This is the function display, right? Bin2 is a argument. You learned in the last lecture that what you pass during calling a function is named as argument, and the receiving variable in the function definition is known as a parameter. So what is happening? You are invoke the function display, taking this bin2 argument which is assigned to this str parameter. This function is executed, string is, and you get bin2 on the screen. There is no return function. So recall that when you don't write return none is returned back to the main function. So after displaying string is bin2, control goes back here to the main function. This function is invoked, dispchar. Dispchar function is invoked. This is a dispchar function. You are taking bin2 argument which will be assigned to the str parameter. What was this function doing? It was simply displaying. What is this function doing? It is displaying the string character wise. That is, each character of the string will be displayed on a separate row. Like this, bin2 will be assigned to the str variable. String bin2 in character form is, this is the message that you get on the screen. You are using in keyword with this str variable. So what will happen? The string bin2, one character time will be assigned to this variable n, and the for loop will be executed. So the first character in bin2 is b, which will be assigned to this variable n. This for loop will be executed, print n, so b will be displayed. Again in the next iteration, the next character in the string bin2, that is I, will be assigned to this variable n. Again this for loop will be executed, you get I on the screen. Again in the next iteration, next character in the string bin2, that is n, will be assigned to this variable n, it will be displayed. So all the characters in the string are assigned one by one to this variable, and then they are displayed one by one. Okay, let's copy it. We are going into spider ID, paste it, and then you are running it. See, string is bin2. See, bin2 is displayed through the display function, and using this for loop, one character at a time is assigned to the variable n and displayed on the screen. Now, let's see how a function returns a string. See, you are invoking the display function, taking the bin2 argument which will be assigned to this str parameter. String in function is bin2. This print statement is to verify that the argument is properly assigned to the parameter str. Okay. After that, you are creating a variable msg and you are assigning this welcome string to msg. This plus is string concatenation. You are joining something, and what you are joining is the content in str variable which is bin2. So welcome bin2, and then you are again joining something. What you are joining is exclamation point. So the msg variable will be having welcome bin2 and the exclamation point. return MSG, you are taking this welcome into an exclamation point back to the main function, and obviously it will be assigned to the variable on the left of this equal to sign. That is, when you invoke a function, if that function returns something, will be assigned to the variable on the left of equal to sign. So MSG variable will be having welcome, the string that you passed, and the exclamation point. String returned by function is welcome and whatever the string you passed with the exclamation point. So let's copy it. Run it here. See, string in function is bin2, string returned by function is welcome bin2 and this exclamation point. Right. Now we have to understand what is a palindrome string, right? And we'll understand it through this diagram. See, this is the program. Enter a string. Suppose I enter manam. Manam will be assigned to the str variable. You're computing the length of this string. It is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. See, the concept to find out whether the string is palindrome or not, you have to avoid the middle character, but you have to compare first character with the last, second character with the second last, leaving this middle character. If the first character matches with the last, you have to compare the second with the second last character, and if any of these characters don't match, it is no more a palindrome string. Okay. So what has happened? You have defined a boolean variable palin. You have initialized it to true. Remember that this t is in uppercase. It is case sensitive. You are using for loop which will go from 0. This is integer division. From 0 till 5 divided by 2. Integer of 5 divided by 2 is 2.5 and integer is 2. So the range function will be having values from 0 till 1 because 2 is exclusive, right? So I will be 0, the loop will be executed, then the value of I will become 1, again the loop will execute. When the value of I will become 2, the loop will terminate. Okay. In the first iteration, the value of I is 0. This str0 has to be compared with the last character, str4. Let's see how. str0 I is 0. N is 5. 5 minus 0 minus 1. That is 4. This str0 is compared with str4 index location. This is not equal to. If it doesn't matches, break. Come out of the for loop, assigning false value to the palin boolean variable. Okay. But because this str0 location matches with str4, the value of I will be incremented to 1. This str1 has to be compared with str3 location. Let's see. str1 I is 1. 5 minus 1 minus 1, that is str3. If str1 does not match with str3, break out of the loop. But both the characters match, right? str1 matches with the str3 index location. So the next value of I will be picked up, which is 2, which is not allowed. Okay. So for loop will get over. If palin, if the value of palin is true, the value of palin is true because this if block was not executed at all. So this if block will be executed. String manam is a palindrome string, right? But suppose if you enter Jamnaj, which will be assigned to this str variable, length of Jamnaj is 6. Now palin variable is made to true. Now what will happen through this for loop? You have to compare this str0 with str5. This str1 is compared with str4. These middle characters are also compared. If any of the character does not matches, this palin will become false and the for loop will break out, and depending upon the value of palin, either if block or else block will be executed. So first of all, the value of I is 0. The value of I will go from 0 till 2 because this 3 is exclusive. The value of I is 0. str0 is compared with 6 minus 0 minus 1, that is 5. str0 is compared with 5. They both match. So if block will not run, the value of I will be incremented to 1. str1 will be compared with 6 minus 1 minus 1, that is 4. So this str1 will be compared with str4. They still match. So this if block will not be executed. The value of I will become 2. This str2 has to be compared with str3. str2, 6 minus 2 minus 1, that is str3. They don't match. So the value of the palin variable will be set to boolean value false. Break. Come out of the for loop. Because palin is false, if block won't be executed, else block will be executed. String Jamnaj is not a palindrome string. Now doing it through the function is very simple. This is the main function. You are asking the user to enter a string that will be assigned to this variable word. You are calling the find palindrome function taking this word argument. Suppose it is manam. This manam will be assigned to this parameter str. The rest of the body is same, like this. Can you see it? See, this is same. The length of the string is computed and assigned to variable n. Suppose it is 5. For loop will go from 0 till 2. The value of I will range from 0 and 1. If any of the character does not matches, if the first does not match with the last, or the second does not match with the second last, the function will return false. And in that case, if block will not be executed, string word is not a palindrome string. But because in this manam string, this function returns value true, this if block will be executed, string manam is a palindrome string. But if you enter something else like Jamnaj, obviously these all characters won't match. So this function will return value false. In that case, string Jamnaj is not a palindrome string, will be displayed on the screen. Let's run these programs. First, I will run the program without using a function. See. Enter a string. Suppose I enter manam. String manam is a palindrome string. Suppose I run. I enter, say, Manoj. It is not same. From forward and backward direction, if you see it, it is not the same. This is the program with function. I am running it. Suppose I enter Palak. Palak is a palindrome string. Suppose I run it again. I enter Palak. This is not a palindrome string. So this is the second lecture of functions. There are 7 more. So please do watch all the lectures to understand the complete concept of functions in Python. If you followed this lecture, kindly subscribe to my channel, share the video with your friends, and do write your comments. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.